night. Game number 2 of the JSBL here. We welcome you back. Stearns and County Line. County Line trying to clinch the first spot in the JSBL playoffs. Dan Yuzerski out of the crowd. Him will be with me just shortly. He's working out a microphone kink. Has a 3 up and shot no good for Merlin. And here's Brandon Mariani. He's had an excellent season here down at the Jersey Shore. That one tipped out of bounds. Oh, interesting call. Last touched by Mariani. It'll go to Stearns. Stearns has some guys that you'd have to look up on Google tonight. I was kind of shocked when you saw the rosters. There's Scotty Lewis getting in, missing. Rebounded by Leon Daniels. Here's a shot up, no, for Kennedy. Rebound tracked down by Mariani. Here's Biggins after the pass from Daniels. Ball still on the ground. Biggins comes away with it. Here's Daniels. Open look for 3. Got it to go. And Leon Daniels opens the scoring 55 seconds in.
Yeah, and again, this County Line Auto Body team a little bit short in the rotation tonight. They don't have a lot of their main guys, only 6 available. But this team is connected above all else. I mean, they, again, have the experience playing in the 94x50 league. Kennedy for the Capital Seahawks. Everyone else pretty much for the Jersey Shore Breaks. So a lot of... again, a lot of connection, and this team plays with an intensity on the defensive end. They'll get in the passing lanes. They'll make things happen. They will make plays on the defense to turn into offense.
The other thing, Marcus Kennedy's been one of the best big men in the league as Mariani controls one. Here's Treadwell, no. Kennedy the rebound. He's been tough to stop early, and he draws a foul.
And Mariani has probably been the best example of if you have a college football player playing the JSBL. He makes all the hustle. Again, he was a college football player. He played linebacker at Georgetown. He makes all the hustle plays. We heard from our David Smith, who's the PA announcer for the Jersey Shore Breaks, that he took at least a charge a game this past season in the 94x50 league. He makes the plays. He gets the offensive rebounds. He's not afraid to tip the ball away. He's just one of those guys that every team needs, one of those glue guys.
94x50 league, one. Talk about the run the breaks one on. I'm sure you guys have talked about it at length, as I haven't been absent for some of these games that they've played, but they've been impressive. Remember, the intern helper's gone, and County Line has already done something that intern helpers could barely ever do, and it was win. That one deflected into the backcourt. Picked up by Jay King. Here's Josh Gross, knows Mason Jones, and he got it to go.
Yeah, nice job by Jones, realizing Mariani's an aggressive defender. He tried to go up with the block out his defender in the air and just fell away, creating some space.
Here is Jeremy Wozniak. Finds Merlin. Jones, pull up 3, off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Kennedy. Here's Daniels taking it down the lane, left-handed layup, got it, and the foul. A little emotion and a celebration from Daniels as well, as he'll go to the line for one more.
Yeah, Daniels a microwave scorer, and on the break, again, this County Line Auto Body team defends the heck out of the basketball, and they can run in transition. Great job by Daniels getting to his spot on the floor. And he can really shoot the ball at a high level as well. No Ja'Kai Simmons tonight for County Line Auto Body. So it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of make up a lot of the offense without him. He's exploded in the scoring column for a lot of these games. I think Daniels is going to be one of those guys, obviously Josh Treadwell as well, that they rely on.
You're right, and that's the thing. They have, like, Daniels was one of the big pieces last year on the same team, a different franchise obviously, but Daniels is a guy that's been around for a couple of years now, and he's been fantastic. Here's a pass inside. Oh, nice feed. Kennedy, the finish. And it's 10-4.
Again, they run in transition. Mariani making the pass ahead, and Daniels with a behind-the-back feed to Kennedy, who's right there. I mean, this team, they know exactly where they need to be on both ends of the floor.
Merlin couldn't get it to go. Here's Mariani, long pass. Finds Kennedy again, and the layup is good. 12-4. See, Stearns might think about wanting to call a timeout here. Scotty Lewis, long cross pass, Jones. Mariani on him. Jones fires a 3, shot no good. Here's Mariani, this time he's down the lane, and that one's stripped of the ball. Good job by Mason Jones there not to foul.
Yeah, he got most of the ball there. And these passes ahead from County Line Auto Body have been quite impressive. It was Kennedy on one, Mariani on a couple as well. They're just able to kickstart their possessions by firing some really good passes into the front court to get in transition.
So this time it's Treadwell with it. One of the softest touches. He'll fire long two. Shot no good. Fight for the rebound, and excellent box out there by Jay King. Lewis! What? How do you do? As Biggins on the other, Daniels on the other end couldn't hit. Wozniak, Lewis, here he comes again, and this time he's stripped of the ball. Good defense by County Line. Kennedy fouled by King.
I'll tell you what, if you're Marcus Kennedy, you got to have a lot of bravery to try to step in front of Scotty Lewis like that.
After the first dunk.
Yeah, especially when he's going up for a two-hand slam. But he got a hand on the ball, blocked it away, and it results in free throws for him on the other end. It would have been very easy to make a business decision on that one and just kind of let him go and flush it down.
But again, that's team basketball. You mentioned it before. These guys are playing for each other. As Kennedy to the line, and another point of that was Scotty Lewis was beyond. He was confused. He could kind of behind the play was like, really? So after Kennedy misses the first, he has one more. Second game of the doubleheader here at the JSPL, and then we head into the weekend after the night was canceled on Tuesday. They let Jones get it. He drives in on Mariani. Here's Wozniak. Oh, he threw it right through the legs, right through the wickets to Scotty Lewis. It'll go back to County Line as Scotty Lewis had his Jazz Chisholm moment.
And again, really tough defense. Made that a pass a little bit more difficult than maybe it was intended on being, just because County Line's in your face whenever they defend.
Long lob pass. Here's Kennedy. Shot no good. Biggins the rebound, and his putback is good. 15-6 the score. If you're Stearns trailer, I mean, you have Scotty Lewis, but where else is the offense going to come from tonight?
I think it's going to have to be a lot of Rasheed Merlin, but the thing is, unlike WCT, County Line Auto Body has a guy with a lot of size that can compete on the defensive end.
Here's Wozniak off
Kennedy
on a three. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Kennedy's is probably the second best big man in the league behind Cohen as Treadwell gets it here. Comes around a screen, offensive foul. Kennedy picks it up. As we've hit the first immediate timeout of game number 2. 15-6 is the score on the JSBL Network. Less than halfway through the first quarter. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel with you, and Alec. The referees confer. Danny Zerski, Alec Krauthamel, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know what just happened. I got to go to the replay for this. We welcome you back. We apologize. If you look at the County Line bench, Dan O'Neill Sr., who hasn't played in 15 to 20 years, is on the bench. And you know what? My first thought is too bad Mike Gaiman isn't here.
He is on Stern's roster.
As that one no good from Treadwell. That one out of bounds. Possession of Stern's trailer. Long, trapping him in the corner. Here's Merlin. Kennedy came on him. They get it inside. Shot off the glass. No good. Rebound Mariani. It was Rosa who took it. Rosa double duty tonight, and that one tipped in by Kennedy. 19-9 to score. Here's a shot. Rosa gets one to go. Treadwell gets it to go. Here's a pass inside. Treadwell stop, wait, reverse layup is good. And Stern Timeout turns trailer. We'll be right back. We'll welcome you back, JSBL. Here's a shot, and that's in and out. Jones had it. Daniels the rebound, and Alec Krauthamel, County Line Auto, is putting together a pretty nice first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
over.
The only undefeated team remaining in the league, and they're showing why, because they can, again, defend at that high level, and again, the connectedness on offense, they're able to kickstart their transition possessions in a hurry. This team is one of the best constructed teams that we have here in the league. You know, I was going to say they may not have one of those just top-tier guys, but they might with some of their top guys when you have someone like Ja'Kai Simmons who can explode at any time for 30 points, but the way this team plays together is really impressive.
And you're right, as Merlin hit on the other end, here's Mariani. And I think that's the thing. You saw when ACI Robbins this last year. The teams that play the most together are the ones that have had the most success. As Treadwell's foul line jumper goes. Final 30 seconds of the first quarter. That one for Merlin goes, and trying to find an answer to Merlin. He's had a pretty good first quarter. As a foul on the other end, it'll send Daniels to the line with 9.9 seconds to play here in this first quarter.
Yeah, on that last play, Merlin looking like an NFL wide receiver going up and getting a jump ball. And that's what Stearns has kind of done these last two nights with a lot of success. Just kind of throw it up to him and hope he can get it. And there's not a lot of guys that can compete with him in the post.
First one is up and good. Daniels has one more at the line. Here's one, shot no good from Rosa. Kennedy with it, he could take the buzzer beater. He's gonna pass to Treadwell, he's gotta get it up. Did he? No. I don't think it would have counted anyway, but that's the end of an eventful first quarter, Dan Yezerski. It's 27-15, we'll be back. Jersky. We welcome you back to the second. Here's a three. It's up and good. He got it.
All right, everything okay there, Dan?
All right, let's try this again. Dan Yuzerski, Crouthamel with
You all right there?
It's been an eventful first about 10 minutes or so of this one. As that one goes, I mean, well, with all this Canadian smoke, shout out Canada, by the way, you know, it's been difficult to breathe and everything.
Wasn't that a week ago?
It's lingered.
Well, wasn't the storm from last week with the express, the express benefit was wiping out all the smoke?
I don't know. I've been struggling for about a week now, though, because once it gets into your system, it's like it takes a while to get out. Let's focus on the basketball. 9:09 to play here in the second quarter. As Lewis rises, fires, and hits. Scotty Lewis cuts the lead to 15. Oh, Daniels! Hello! 34-17 to score. That one off the mark, no good. Mariani the rebound. County Line pushing, and Mariani had that one deflected, and it will be last touch, and Merlin can't believe it. Here's Kennedy in the corner. Pass Mariani inside. Good cut by Mariani. Got one more. Treadwell, three up and no good. Merlin the rebound. But even then, you look at the offense in it, even though that didn't result in a basket, just the cutting is so good as Mason Jones gets away with a clear push, drives inside and finishes. 34-19. Treadwell. Stolen by Mason Jones. Down the lane, Jones missed the layup. On that one, Treadwell wasn't paying attention. Lewis down the lane, stripped of the ball, but a foul. This has the makings of one of those classic JSBL Game 2s on a Thursday night, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely both teams don't have a lot of their main guys, so it's just going to be a matter of who can kind of bring together their offense at a high enough level. I mean, County Line has done a great job of that so far. Stearns just hasn't been able to find the right combo of guys to go to and just hasn't been able to find that same flow on offense. Although
right.
I think it's going to have to be a lot of Scotty Lewis if they want to stay and get back into this game.
As Lewis misses the first one. Jeremy Rosa in for Mason Jones. Treadwell lost it. King comes away with it. Here's Lewis, Euroing to the lane and finishing at the rim. What a move by Scotty Lewis. County Line takes a timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. We'll be right back. 7:26 to play here in the second. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Krauthamel with you back after the timeout, 34-22, and I don't think their County Line's coach did not like the way they were executing, so he called a timeout, and after the timeout, they turned it over. Rosa, with a head of steam, returns the favor. Biggins lobbing it up. Oh, a little too tall for Daniels, and his second attempt is blocked. The third one thrown to the Mariani in the corner. Here's Kennedy. 10 to shoot. Kennedy drives. Left-handed layup is good. He is a machine. I know I've said that a few times tonight, but man, can Kennedy play. What a cool story. Dan O'Neill and Dan O'Neill Sr., who is sitting on the bench at County Line Auto Body, I'm sure with the way this game's going, they'll check in at some point because it looks like it's going to be a rout. But that's a cool story. I mean, your son's playing in the league, and Dan, who is a legend, he won a championship with Sean Gallagher, which is something in its own right. But pretty impressive that Dan playing after all that time. As we have a whistle on the floor.
Defensive 3-second violation.
Defensive 3-second. That's the third time we've seen it this year.
Yeah, not too often you see it, especially in the wide open, motion-heavy game that you have now. There's just not a lot of time or options for a guy to kind of sit in the paint.
So it'll be Daniels to take the technical. He misses. And I know it sounds crazy because they're up 14, but it feels like County Line should probably be up even more right now.
Yeah, it definitely feels like they've been a little bit too lackadaisical with the basketball over some of these last few possessions. They haven't been as clean in some of their rotations on offense and defense. They've allowed a few too many transition opportunities. And I say all that, and they're still up by 14 points. There's still
the thing.
A lot of room to grow off of, and that's especially scary when, again, they're up by 14. You still have this many ways to improve. Even a guy like Treadwell hasn't totally found his rhythm just yet. He's going to try to on this possession, but still, just so impressive the way this team plays together.
He might have just found it on cue, and you're right. I mean, that's the thing. How many teams do you say they're up 16 and they're not playing well? As County Line, remember, they can clinch the #1 overall seed, which could mean playing one of the bottom feeders of this league in the first round of the playoffs, and that's something you'd like to see. As Mariani tries a three, no, Biggins the rebound and put back. I mean, bad effort there from Stearns. Here's Mason Jones with it. 40-22 the score. Here's Wozniak. That one up and good for Merlin as Mariani was trying to get a piece of it. 5:25 to play here in the second quarter. Biggins drives in, finds Daniels, who tries a three. Shot no good. Rebound tipped, controlled by Mariani. Mariani will try from three. That's one off the side of the rim, no good. He left it a little bit short. Jones, Wozniak, corner three, up, bouncing high, shot no good. Here's Daniels the other way, drives in, contact, stripped of the ball, last touch by Mason Jones. As we have immediate timeout on the floor with 4:50 to play in the second. Well, it isn't a night at the JSBL if referees are getting their hands involved in the game. Delay a game warning in a timeout is what was the call, I think. I mean, I don't know, but how does that happen, Alec Crowtham? How do you get a delay a game warning in a timeout?
I'm not sure if it was actually a delay of game warning versus just like a player warning. And instead of giving Marcus Kennedy a technical foul, he just gave him a warning just to, you know, he let him give his piece, but then he wanted to make sure it didn't go too far. So I think it was just a regular warning like we saw on Tyler Schmelz earlier in the game, earlier in game one, I should say.
Jones drives in. We're trying to figure out what was happening. Kennedy, the rebound after the miss by Jones. Biggins hit the referee in the head. A little payback from County Line right there. So over under 2.5 technicals for tonight. What do you think?
I think, you know, it's tough to say just because, I mean, if this game, you know, turns into a bigger, you know, margin, there might not be as, you know, cooler heads might prevail, especially if County Line can continue to grow the lead. So we'll see.
That's what my thing is. I feel like wherever this goes, if it goes the opposite direction, if the lead continues to grow, it's going to just only get more and more chippier, don't you think?
I could definitely see it.
Especially with some of the cast of characters that Stearns has on the floor right now.
Including Marcus Kennedy for County Line.
Yeah, he is not happy right now as Merlin misses both. They get Kennedy in. Kennedy bumps in, shot no good, his putback no. Rebound, last touched by Stearns. Kind of starting to notice a theme with tensions rising in this league right now. I don't know if you've picked up on it either. What just happened? What just happened?
Did Mariani keep that ball in bounds?
Oh, I mean, Rosa threw it. Did Rosa throw it off of him? Mariani seems to be in some pain. And now, I mean, you now have the coaches. This is Stick around here. This could turn into the UFC. Where's Bruce Bruffer? As Mariani stays in the game, but he is clearly, he must have aggravated something. That one, a lob and an offensive foul goes on Merlin.
And that was the call that Kennedy was looking for. Merlin trying to create space in the post and a little bit too much contact on a push in the back. And it looks like they're going to try to get Mariani out of the game. Mariani's trying to stay in. But yeah, that was the call that Kennedy's been looking for. And a part of the reason why he got that warning, because he was unhappy with the way that there haven't been calls when Merlin's trying to push him a little bit too much to create space in the low block.
They sent the trainer over to take a look at Mariani. Hopefully he's okay. O'Neal checks in as there's a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against Mason Jones. Trying to look at any foul trouble, and Mason Jones already has 3 fouls. Stearns is short to begin with. This is going to get interesting. Jones really being one of the few guys that's been taking shots for them too. Here's an open look. Treadwell on a 3. Merlin gets it to Rosa, who drives, and a foul. Dan O'Neal Jr. picks up the foul. I think one of the coolest things, if you look at the county line bench, just look at how proud Dan O'Neal Sr. is watching his son play in a league that he once used to dominate. It's got to be pretty cool.
Especially now that you're suiting up and playing in it, and potentially playing in it depending on how this game goes yourself.
Another one here for Rosa, and he's got it. Oh, Daniels gets inside.
And I believe that's 4 on Mason Jones as well. I stand corrected. It was actually on Josh Gross.
That's good because
although Gross is kind of confused. It looked like I wasn't sure if Gross was in the play. Although I guess it's good for the team again because it's not 4 on Mason Jones.
as Daniels hits and the lead's up to 19, 45-26. Here's Merlin and Mariani trying to put some weight and walk it off. Jones drives, fires one up, missing. Kennedy the rebound, Merlin tangling with someone away from the play. Here's O'Neal. Gets in, O'Neal off the glass and in. Dan O'Neal Jr. with the bucket, 47-26, and his dad loves it. As Jones has it here for Seaview. That one deflected, they try to get it into Merlin. Kennedy with the long arms to reach. Biggins, Treadwell, open look for three, is good! What a run for County Line, they lead by 24. Timeout, John Kaminsky. We'll take one with him, 50-26 to score. Final 2 minutes of this first half. Dan Yuzerski, Alec Crowtham with you. Scotty Lewis with it here, trying to get a bucket for for Stearns, excuse me, and boy did he. Scotty Lewis bringing the roof down. Daniels, the answer is good on a 3. And the lead is up to 25. 53-28. What a first half for County Line. Ball on the ground here. Lewis comes away with it. There's 3 County Line defenders. Jones drives in, passes out. Open look for 3 is way, way off. Just a bit outside. That one was from Josh Gross.
Yeah, Peter Gorman and Colin Kavanaugh from the last game were hyped up on that 3 from Josh Gross, and it was unfortunately off target.
Yeah.
They were telling him you got to shoot one, and now he's out of the game.
They're messing. Some friends having some fun. Here's an open look. Kennedy will try a 3, and that one is good. And County Line has doubled up Stearns' trailer. Turnover on the inbound, and Daniels lost it. And Stearns gets it back. Lewis will try a 3. This one is good to cut the lead. Scotty Lewis with a big 3 to cut the lead to 25. Here's Treadwell. Comes across the screen from O'Neal, fires a shot up and misses. Merlin goes in and tracks down the rebound. Here's a 3 for Wozniak, off the mark, no good. Treadwell getting pressured. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy, Treadwell, 9 to shoot, 15 to play in the corner. Open look, Daniels tries a 3, in and out. Stearns can hold for the final shot. Here's Merlin, corner, it's King. Kicks, and that one not off. It wouldn't have gone anyway, and that's the end of the first half. That's really the only way to put it. 56-31 to score. We'll be right back at the start of the second half after this. start of the second half. Dan Yezerski, Alec Krauthamel here with you. Stearns Trailer scored 31 points in that half. I mean, you guys were here the night that a team scored 9 in the first quarter and change. I mean, this has been something. As Treadwell spins, stops, mid-range, got it, and probably should have gotten the foul and one as well. There's Mariani back in. Lewis almost turned it over, Wozniak. Mason Jones. You guys could see what's going on. I think we should just get into conversation at this point.
Oh boy, that's never a good sign.
You know, award season's coming up as that one off the mark from King. Another one missing from Merlin. Merlin misses again. And the ball trying to be corralled by O'Neal Jr. and he gets it. Mariani hits a 3. You just gave me that look.
I mean, you said it while the ball was still in midair. That's honestly impressive.
You gave me a look like what did you just do?
Sorcery.
Let's see if I can do it again. Here's Mariani, gonna drive and finish on a layup.
I'll give you half credit for that. He didn't say the foul, but he did finish the layup.
So Mariani has extended the lead, 63-31. Think about it. County Line has built up a lead of 32 before Stearns Trailer has scored 32. And Darth Pastor's got to be furious. Cameraman Nick pans over. You could see him in the corner. I don't know if he's sleeping or if he's just infuriated. Jones fires and misses. King gets the miss. Jones again for 3, and that one is good. Mariani, and that's going to be an offensive foul going against O'Neal Jr. Here's Mason Jones. Drives inside, finishes, and the foul. Jeremy Rosa back in for King. It'll be Jones at the free throw line. 64-36 to score. I mean, considering that this game is the way it is, do you have your NFL predictions yet?
Seahawks are winning back-to-back.
Yeah, not with Sam Darnold.
Did you see him in the NFC Championship game?
Nah. I think Seattle's good. I don't think they're better than the Rams, but
I don't know. All it takes is one ill-timed injury to one of multiple guys, and it's a little iffy. Especially guys that, I mean, Stafford's old. Puka Nacua seemingly gets injured every single game.
And that's a bad foul by Mariani as Rosa finished it. I think the thing with the Rams is I heard that they're getting Aaron Donald back.
I mean, that would be insane.
Imagine you're lined up as a quarterback on third down and you have to deal with Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald.
I would not want to imagine a future with that.
Oh yeah, and Kobe Turner's no slouch either. I'm being dead honest with you. On paper, I think you could make a case that this Rams team is the greatest team of all time.
Maybe.
I mean, you have a Hall of Fame quarterback, a Hall of Fame caliber receiver and a future Hall of Famer receiver, a good tight end group, Ty Simpson, as Kennedy is fouled.
You slipped Ty Simpson in there like we wouldn't notice.
Stern foul, charge number 4, Jeremy Rosa, his second. Team third at the line, Marcus Kennedy, he will be shooting 2.
I'm just like if you just go through that team, it's just loaded. I mean, your secondary is Watson's a good cornerback, McDuffie's an all-pro. Your linebackers are good.
I definitely think they're going to be a problem. But I think I mean Seattle handled them pretty well. Although they did shore up their cornerback room, so I think it's going to be real. Especially considering those two teams don't play each other until like Christmas. Like that's the first time they play. They play each other 2 of the last 3 weeks of the season, and that's it.
As we have a timeout on the floor with 4:43 to play here. We'll be right back. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll be right back after this short break on the JSBL Network. We have a immediate timeout on the floor here with 4:48 to play in this one. Dan Yuzerski out of the crowd. Then we'll be right back.
County Line Auto Body, number
4:43 to play, and this is such a cool moment. Dan O'Neill Sr. in the game. The entire crowd clapping for him, his family in attendance, and he gets to share the court with his son, Alec Krauthamel. Well, here is Daniels. Daniels drive, shot no good. A foul before the shot took place, though.
basket. Stearns foul, charge number 14, Jason King, his third, team second.
Daniels tries on a three, and all these years later, JSBL champion Dan O'Neill with the assist. And you know what's crazy? He could be part of another championship-winning team this year.
Dan O'Neill Sr.
I mean, County Line has been unbelievable tonight. They are well on their way to a 5-0 start, clinching the #1 seed. It's been fun to watch all year long for everyone that they brought in. They have bought into playing as a team. They've been really fun to watch this year.
And talking about not playing as a team, Stearns trailer with the shot clock violation. With 3:33 to play. Treadwell. Fires one up and didn't get it. Dan O'Neill back in the scoring column. The rebound and putback.
Well, this was his prime was before our time in the JSBL, but from what we've been able to gain, he's a beast of a rebounder, and he showed it there with the box out in the offensive glass.
Treadwell cutting Dan O'Neill. How about two?
Now, I could be wrong. Is this the first father-son combination on the floor in JSBL history? I'm asking. I legitimately don't know.
How about his son for three? This is like Braun and Brawny.
7-0 O'Neill run.
What a moment. Merlin tries a three, and the defensive O'Neill got that one free. Here's Daniels lobbing it up to himself. The slam. What a fun ending to a relatively tough game, too. Dan O'Neill, as Jones lays it in, has more points in a minute than King, Wozniak, and Gross have all game. As Treadwell for three. 101-61 to score. As Mason Jones tried to lob it up to himself and missed badly. That one out of bounds. With a minute 40 to play. Minute 20. Referees gathering, and what's the call here? This is one way to try to end the game, right?
Yeah.
I want to see Dan O'Neill Sr. and Dan O'Neill Jr. get some more offensive touches here. Here's King. He'll try for three, and he misses. O'Neill, the defensive rebound, finds Mariani, who lobs it up to Daniels. And he styles it afterwards. What a performance for County Line tonight. Trying to get it back one more time. King will lay it up, and he'll get on the board of the JSBL, and his son will take it. Dan O'Neill Jr. He's gonna get it. He's gonna dribble. Is he gonna dribble it? Now he's gonna get his dad one more touch. He'll let King take it. King in his best George Pappas impression. And that's it. That's a way to end it. It's 103-63, the final, and a total takedown by County Auto Line. They win the regular season title.
Yeah, 5-0. I mean, they brought – I mean, I know Stearns didn't have a lot of their main guys available, but they brought the energy from the tip-off, and their efforts were rewarded. What a job by them this year, and all year long. They still haven't lost as a franchise, so really impressive stuff. And, I mean, I think they're the favorite at this point to win the title.
I think right now, as everything's constituted, they might be. We'll talk with tonight's star of the game afterwards as we wrap up the week on the JSBL Network. Here at tonight's star of the game, one of the best players in the league, Leon Daniels, here with me. Leon, you scored 34 tonight. Really a fun one. You guys win the regular season title. How good does that feel?
I think it feels good coming back to this league, the second year, being one of the great players on our team and just helping us be successful.
I have to ask you, Dan O'Neill Sr. and Dan O'Neill Jr. on the floor tonight at the same time. What was that like watching that go on?
That was a good moment. It's like we was talking about it. It's like Bron and Bronny, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It was a good moment. I enjoyed it.
And then you guys, you're regular season champs. You scored 34 tonight, 8 of 4 or 9 from 3. It felt like everything was working for you tonight. You were throwing lobs to yourself. Just talk about what it was like to be out there and dominate the way you were.
Coming into the game, Coach texted me earlier. He said we had a big opponent, and anytime there's somebody across from me that's a bigger name than me, I come to bring it. So it's just in my nature.
And last question, you guys are regular season champs. How confident are you can bring home the title and ACI Robin's Nest run?
I'm very confident. Last year we had a mishap in playoffs, and then we didn't get to make it up here. So this year we're here, and I see us taking it all.
Awesome. Thank you, Leon. Have a great night. Congratulations on the win.
You too.